As you sit here, I'd like you to take a breath. Not just a quick breath, but the kind that reminds you you are alive, you are present, you are in this moment. And in this very moment, there lies a doorway to something new, something genuine, something that says, I can change, I can become more awake, I can be more of who I was created to be. Tonight, I invite you on a journey, not a distant expedition, but one that begins with the simple act of watching your heart, watching your thoughts, watching your life, and doing so every day, because what we repeat matters. And what we observe with honesty has the capacity to transform. When you watch every day, you begin to see patterns, the subtle fear that whispers when you think you must perform, the longing for belonging when you feel isolated, the emptiness that surfaces when the world tells you you should already have it all figured out. It doesn't take a dramatic event to change a life. It takes the quiet courage to look, to watch, to reflect. And in watching, you awaken. You awaken to your own humanity, the vulnerabilities, the strengths, the dreams you've tucked away. You begin to realize that your worth is not dependent on external applause, but on the one who knows you fully and loves you without condition. This daily watching becomes a mirror, not to condemn or judge, but to bring truth gently, like a sunrise that slowly brightens the horizon. And when truth meets your heart, something shifts. You begin to surrender the illusion that you must hold it all together. You begin to trust that there is a wisdom beyond you guiding you, even when the path seems unclear. Each day you choose the screen, the reflection, the moment of stillness. You choose to pause instead of distract. You choose to sit with what is rather than run from it. And little by little, you'll notice your reactions soften, your compassion grows, your purpose becomes clearer. Because transformation is not always the thunderbolt. It is the dawn that comes quietly but surely. There are moments in life when you feel like something deep inside you is calling out for change. Not the kind of change that comes from a new job, a new city, or a new face, but the kind of change that comes from within, quiet, unseen, yet powerful enough to shift everything. That change begins with awareness, with the simple act of stopping, watching, and listening to your own heart. Because life doesn't change when you control everything around you. Life changes when you finally pay attention to what's happening inside you. Every day you are surrounded by noise, screens flashing, people rushing, hearts chasing. The world tells you to keep moving, to keep achieving, to keep proving your worth. But what if you paused for a moment? What if you chose to slow down and actually watch? Watch how your heart responds when you're hurt. Watch the thoughts that enter your mind when you feel forgotten. Watch the way you speak to yourself when you make a mistake. That simple awareness, that gentle observing, becomes the seed of transformation. Because when you watch with honesty, you start to see what truly needs healing. We often wait for something dramatic to happen before we decide to change. A heartbreak, a loss, a failure. But real change doesn't always come wrapped in lightning. Sometimes it comes in the quiet whisper of reflection, in that small daily choice to realign your heart. Change begins when you decide that every day is a chance to come closer to who you are meant to be. And that kind of change, the kind that lasts, can only happen when you stay consistent. When you feed your soul every day, even in the smallest ways. Think of your heart like a garden. Every day something is growing there. Whether it's hope or fear, gratitude or resentment, trust or doubt, what you water will grow. So ask yourself, what am I watering today? When you choose to fill your mind with reminders of truth, when you choose to start each morning with reflection instead of distraction, when you choose gratitude over complaint, you are watering the seeds of peace. You are creating the space for light to enter. And slowly, without even realizing it, your life begins to change. Sometimes the greatest act of faith is not in doing more, but in letting go. Letting go of the need to control, the need to be perfect, the need to always know what's coming next. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to keep showing up every single day with sincerity. Watch your heart, talk to your Creator, and trust the process. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. There is meaning in what you are going through, even when you cannot see it yet. Each morning is a new chance to start again, a chance to rewrite the story of your soul. Maybe yesterday you fell short. Maybe you felt distant, distracted, or broken. But today is another chance. Watch yourself rise even if it's slow. Watch how the smallest act of intention, a whispered prayer, a moment of gratitude, a few minutes of reflection, can shift your energy and soften your heart. Real change comes from those small, unseen choices that you make every single day. And yes, it takes time. Transformation is not a switch that flips overnight. It's a gentle unfolding, like dawn breaking after a long night. You may not notice it at first, but the light is coming. The more you watch, the more aware you become of the lessons hidden in every moment. In pain, in joy, in silence. You start to see how every delay, every disappointment was never meant to destroy you, but to shape you into something stronger, softer, more real. When you choose to watch every day, you are teaching your heart patience. You are training your soul to be still in a world that thrives on chaos. And in that stillness, you begin to hear something you may have missed before. The quiet voice within you that reminds you of your purpose, your worth, your belonging. The voice that whispers, "You are enough, you are loved. Keep going." So yes, watch this every day, but not just with your eyes, with your heart. Let each word remind you of what truly matters. Let each reflection be a mirror that shows you not what the world wants you to see, but what your Creator sees in you: potential, beauty, resilience. Let it awaken something deep inside, a yearning to live with more meaning, more peace, more truth. And one day when you look back, you will see how far you've come. You will see that the person you are now was shaped by every single day you chose to show up. You will realize that the light you were searching for was never outside of you. It was within you all along, waiting to be uncovered. So today, start again. Choose presence over distraction. Choose peace over noise. Choose reflection over reaction. Watch with sincerity, listen with your heart, and let life transform you. Not through perfection, but through patience. Because change doesn't happen when you rush. It happens when you return every single day to the place within you where truth lives. And when you do, everything around you begins to shift, one quiet moment at a time. Every single day you wake up, the world rushes to pull you in 100 different directions. You reach for your phone, you scroll through endless images of other people's lives, and without realizing it, you begin to compare. You begin to feel small behind unworthy. You start to chase something undefined: success, love, approval, peace, but it keeps slipping away. And maybe deep down you feel that something is missing. That quiet emptiness that lingers even when everything looks fine on the outside. That emptiness isn't a punishment, it's a message. It's a call from your heart whispering, "Come back, slow down, look deeper." There is a power in awareness. The moment you stop running and begin to watch your life, truly watch, you awaken. You start to see the patterns that have kept you stuck, the emotions you've buried, the beliefs you've carried for too long. Watching is not weakness, it's courage. It's the first step toward transformation. Every day, the world tells you to keep moving, to keep achieving, to never stop. But your soul longs for something different. It longs for stillness, for meaning, for connection. And it's in that quiet space of reflection that real change begins. When you watch your thoughts, you begin to understand yourself. When you pause and breathe through your pain, you begin to heal. And when you allow yourself to sit with what's uncomfortable, instead of escaping it, you create room for growth. Change doesn't happen through force. It happens through awareness. It's like the sunrise. You don't command it to appear, you simply make space for its light. And slowly, everything starts to look different. Every day is an opportunity to start again, to realign, to choose a higher way of living. Even if yesterday was heavy, even if last week felt like you were drowning, today can be different. You don't need to wait for the perfect time or the perfect mood. Transformation begins in this moment. When you decide to be present, when you stop running from your reflection and instead meet it with compassion. You were never meant to live in constant exhaustion, comparing yourself to others, chasing validation that will never fill your heart. You were meant to live awake, aware of your worth, anchored in peace, connected to something greater than yourself. So watch yourself every day, not with judgment, but with love. Watch the way your heart softens when you forgive. Watch how light enters when you choose gratitude instead of complaint. Watch how your world shifts when you stop resisting what is and start trusting what will be. Every moment of awareness plants a seed. And if you nurture those seeds with sincerity, they will grow into something beautiful. Patience, humility, strength, faith. The truth is, life will always test you. There will be moments that feel too heavy to carry, losses that break you open, disappointments that make you question your purpose. But even then, keep watching. Because in those moments of pain, you'll find lessons you couldn't have learned any other way. You'll see that even your heartbreak can be a teacher. Every wound has a wisdom hidden inside it, if you are willing to look closely enough. The heart that watches, that reflects daily, becomes soft yet strong. It learns to let go without bitterness, to hope without expectation, to love without attachment. It stops chasing temporary things and starts seeking the eternal. And that shift, that movement from chasing to surrendering, that's where peace lives. That's where life truly changes. Maybe you've been trying so hard to fix everything, to fix people, situations, yourself. But what if the real change doesn't come from fixing, but from seeing what is with gentleness? Accepting that you are a work in progress. Trusting that you are exactly where you are meant to be right now. The pressure to be perfect falls away when you remember that you are already enough, even as you grow. Each day, you get a chance to choose what kind of person you want to become. You can let the world harden you, or you can let it awaken you. You can spend your life reacting, or you can start responding with awareness and intention. The difference lies in watching. When you watch your life instead of rushing through it, you begin to notice the miracles that were always there. The gentle kindness of a stranger, the beauty of a sunrise, the quiet strength inside you that kept you going when you thought you couldn't. Watch this every day, not as a ritual of habit, but as a reminder to come home to yourself, to realign your focus with what truly matters. Because the truth is, the world outside can only change when the world inside does. When you fill your inner space with peace, the chaos around you loses its power. When you choose awareness, you choose freedom. One day, you'll look back and realize that it wasn't one big moment that changed your life. It was all the small, quiet ones. The mornings you chose reflection instead of distraction. The nights you chose prayer instead of despair. The times you watched your thoughts and replaced fear with trust. That's how transformation happens. One conscious breath, one mindful choice, one act of surrender at a time. So today, as you sit here, make a promise to yourself that you will show up every single day, that you will be gentle with yourself when you fall and patient with yourself as you rise, that you will watch, listen, and keep your heart open, even when it's hard. Because the moment you choose awareness over autopilot, life begins to change. Not outside of you, but within you. And when your inner world shifts, everything else follows. You begin to walk lighter, you begin to love deeper, you begin to live with meaning. Watch this every day, not because you need to be reminded of what you lack, but because it helps you remember what you already have. Peace within, purpose before you, and a heart capable of transformation. There comes a point in your life when you realize that change doesn't come from wishing for a different world, a different person, or a different version of yourself. It comes from the quiet moments, the ones no one sees. When you choose to turn inward, to reflect, to truly see. It's when you stop rushing, stop numbing, stop pretending that you are fine, and allow yourself to be honest, to be real. That honesty is sacred, because when you begin to watch your own heart with sincerity, everything begins to shift. Every morning you wake up and you're given a new chance, a new page, a new breath. But how often do we fill that page with the same noise, the same routine, the same distractions that keep us from feeling? We scroll, we compare, we consume. We rush through moments that were meant to heal us. And we wonder why we feel so restless, so disconnected. But when you begin to slow down, when you begin to actually watch your life, you'll see that the beauty was never gone. You were just too busy to notice it. The heart was created to be still, yet we spend our lives feeding it chaos. We chase validation from people who are just as lost as we are. We search for peace in things that were never designed to give it. But peace isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you choose every single day. It's the result of turning away from the noise and turning inward to the one who designed your heart in the first place. Every day that you choose reflection over distraction, you are choosing healing over escape. And that choice, that daily act of awareness, is what changes your life. You see, transformation doesn't come all at once. It doesn't arrive with thunder or applause. It's slow, deliberate, and often unseen. It happens in the moments when no one is watching. When you forgive even though you're still hurting. When you stay kind even when the world feels cruel. When you show up again even after falling apart. These small, quiet moments of faith are what rebuild you. They are what shape the kind of peace that cannot be taken away. Every day, watch your heart. Watch what it clings to. Watch what it fears. Watch what it loves. Because the things you give your energy to are the things that shape you. If you keep feeding your pain, it will grow. If you keep nurturing your hope, it will bloom. Change begins the moment you become conscious of what you allow to live inside of you. And the more aware you become, the freer you grow. There is something deeply powerful about awareness. Awareness turns pain into purpose. It turns confusion into clarity. It turns fear into faith. But awareness only comes when you slow down enough to listen. To truly listen to your own heart. To sit with yourself without distraction, without judgment, without running away. It's in that stillness that you begin to recognize that you were never alone, that even in your lowest moments, you were being guided. You may not always understand why certain things happen. You may not see the purpose behind your struggles yet. But if you stay patient, if you keep watching, you'll start to see how everything was connected. How every detour was a redirection. Every delay a form of protection. Every heartbreak a doorway to something deeper. The pieces only make sense when you stop fighting them and start trusting the one who placed them there. Each day that you choose awareness, you come closer to peace. The kind of peace that doesn't depend on people or circumstances but flows from within. The kind that stays even when everything else changes. That peace comes from knowing that your worth is not fragile, that your story is still unfolding, and that no loss can take away what was written for you. You will fall, and that's okay. You will have days when your heart feels heavy, when faith feels far. But don't stop watching. Don't stop showing up for your own soul, because the very act of returning, again and again, is a form of strength. It's a quiet declaration that says, I refuse to give up on becoming who I was created to be. There is something beautiful about the one who keeps trying. The one who keeps showing up even when it hurts. The one who keeps believing in light even when surrounded by darkness. That kind of heart carries a resilience the world cannot break. Because that heart has learned that peace is not the absence of struggle, it's the presence of trust. Watch this every day. Not because you need another reminder of what's missing, but because you need to remember what's already within you. The calm, the strength, the faith. These are not things you need to find, they are things you need to uncover. Beneath the layers of fear and doubt, they are waiting for you. And when you keep watching, when you keep reflecting, you begin to live differently. You respond instead of reacting. You forgive instead of holding on. You surrender instead of controlling. And slowly, the world around you begins to feel lighter. Not because it changed, but because you did. So take this moment. Breathe deeply. Look within. You don't have to rush. You don't have to prove. You just have to be present. Each day, return to this space of awareness and let it remind you of who you truly are. Because the more you return, the more you awaken. And one day, you will realize that your entire life changed. Not through one grand event, but through these quiet, daily acts of watching, feeling, trusting, and believing. That is how transformation begins. Softly, deeply, faithfully. One day at a time. One breath at a time. One heart that decides to truly see. So as you leave here today, or as you finish watching this video, promise yourself this, that you will come back tomorrow, and the next day, and the next, with eyes open, heart soft, mind attentive, and you'll watch, you'll witness. You'll allow life to show you what it means to be alive in truth and in hope. And I assure you, in that watching, Daily, deliberately, you will change. Not overnight, perhaps, but steadily. And one day you will look back and realize the person you are becoming is full of light, full of resilience, full of grace. So go ahead, start today, watch this, let it speak, let it change you, because you were made for more, and the more is beginning now.